Hello again. Now, at least 30 pupils in Richards Bay, in the northern part of KwaZulu-Natal, are being treated for gas inhalation. A gas leak was detected earlier this morning. Emergency services on the scene. A senior reporter here at eNCA, Dasen Thathiah, following developments there, joining us now live from Richards Bay. Dasen, good afternoon. What's the latest you can tell us? Do you have any inkling at all about the condition of the 30 pupils who are in hospital being treated for gas inhalation?
Well, Braden, what we know at this point is that they were taken in and assessed and treated, and the more serious would have remained in hospital. But I can tell you now, outside the Richards Bay High School, the activity is a little bit different. This is now the usual school run, parents coming through to pick their kids up from the school. But this is not all of them, obviously. Earlier on, there were other parents who, out of concern, had come through and taken their children away earlier. And understandably so, because they'd received those horrific reports this morning of the condition of some of those children. Very early today, reports of nausea and vomiting and headaches, and resulting in paramedics and other service providers coming here to the school to attend to those children and just ensure that they were in a stable condition. And that's where those other children were taken through to the hospital. But it's also now raised a bigger concern, and that's the concern for residents in the area, because the school is just but one area within this neighborhood. And it's also now raised questions about exactly where the leak came from. So what was the source of it? So to continue that conversation now, I'm going to bring in the councillor, Mr. Henning de Wet. Mr. de Wet, thank you so much for joining me. I think let's start with the speculation and the allegations. That's a very dangerous thing. The community and others telling us that they believe it's come from, the source of the gas leak is a chemical company. What do we know about this?
Thanks, Ashen. Yes. So in the history, we can go back up until 1994, where there has been a number of major gas leaks in the area. But especially in the last 2 weeks, we have seen the SO2 levels coming from Foscor that has not exceeded the 10-minute NEMA standards. And that is what led to the allegations at this moment that the gas leak from this morning is also emanating from Foscor.
But that hasn't been confirmed yet, obviously.
Absolutely. At this point in time, Foscor has not released any formal statements or communication. There's no fact to say this is emanated from Foscor and that they are ultimately responsible. But in the meantime, authorities are investigating this. There's a number of them involved, from the city side to NGOs and so forth. They are investigating this. And we've been calling residents to please submit their complaints in order for us to see what was the root of this leak, in what direction did it come from. We only have the wind directions and what the air quality meters and sensors have told us at this point in time.
What's the word from residents? So beyond the school, we know that it affected pupils here. I believe you told me there was another school that was affected as well. Have there been complaints that have come to you directly from residents who have suffered from similar symptoms?
Yes, so the initial complaints started very early this morning. They started about 6:30 this morning already, of residents experiencing extreme symptoms from their homes. That is in the direct line from where this gas came from that we know of. Residents around the school, from babies to elderly people, experience very serious symptoms as well. So we know there's a number of them. This school obviously was the most affected, but another schools nearby where 3 learners were also taken to hospital. Right next to this, the municipal public swimming pool, there was 2 employees there that also received symptoms and so forth. So there's many residents around here that has symptoms, that has went to seek medical treatment and so forth.
So, Mr. de Wet, lastly, what kind of assurance do the residents have, if any, that it is safe to be in the area while we wait for feedback and an outcome of this investigation that is going on? I mean, we've spoken to the municipality. They also say that they are awaiting a report. Do residents here have any kind of assurance that it is safe to be here tonight?
So at this point in time, just a short while ago, actually, I checked the air quality meters myself and the live reports thereof. It seems that the air quality at this moment is good within this direct suburb. From all of the air quality stations, there's no direct threat that we are aware of at this point in time. It seems like it is over from this morning. But we are calling for accountability on this matter. We need to investigate this. We need to see what is the source of this gas leak, and at large, a public health matter that we had here in our hands today and hold those who are responsible to account to prevent these also from happening in the future.
Sure. Thank you very much for your time. Mr. De Wet, I think the important thing coming out there, Braden, is that it wasn't just the school, there was another school, but also residents in this area also being affected. So the call now is that those who have been affected should come forward and log those incidents so that the authorities can get a proper sense of exactly how serious this problem was, which will ultimately assist their investigation.
Thank you very much for that update. It's good to see, Dasen, those pupils leaving school in the normal run, as if they are very calm and orderly. Hopefully this situation will not be repeated, the earlier gas leak incident. Dasen Thathiah, eNCA senior reporter on the ground there outside Worskoor, Richards Bay.